Hello everyone, I am Daisy May Basako and also your discussant for today's video. Today, I will be discussing the social functions of popular literature. So popular literature plays a key role in reflecting and shaping societal values and concerns. Beyond entertainment, it serves as a medium for social commentary and mirrors the issues and attitudes of its time. Examining its social functions reveals how these widely read works influence public opinion and could contribute to cultural discourse. So, to make it short, popular literature mirrors society, influencing people opinion and cultural discourse. It reflects values, concerns, and attitude of its time, shaping how we think and understand the world. So the first social function of the popular literature is the entertainment reading. It is also known as pleasure reading. So in this reading, literature is used to entertain its readers. It is consumed for one's enjoyment. What entertainment literature provoke is nothing but an attainable dream. The reader is seduced not by the essential problems of life, but by the illusion. So, entertainment literature can also serve as a form of escapism, allowing readers to step away from their own lives and explore different worlds and experiences. So, as you can see in the picture above, my examples are the webtoon and Wattpad. So, entertainment literature is often consumed for its pleasure. It can create illusions and attainable dreams, distracting readers from essential problems of life. So the second function is the social function. So literature shows how society works around them. It helps readers to see the social and political constructs around him and shows the state of people and the world around him. The first role of literature is simply create a reference point for discussions. We obviously have lots of other things to debate, discuss, and muse over like political figures, current events, friends, families, and so on. So literature can also help understand and evaluate society and politics. It provides a framework for discussions and critical thinking. Popular literature can also serve as a form of social critique, challenging societal norms and power structures. It can expose injustices, question assumptions, and inspire social change. So as you can see, there are three kinds of social-political contexts. The first one is the social issues. It is the issues concerning the natural aspect of human life have long been in the heart of innumerable work of literature. Number two is the politics. It is a prolific theme or topic in literature. And lastly, the religion. It is a deeply rooted concept and belief on humanity. It stems from the fact that humans are naturally helpless. The greatness of nature whose creation might have been done by a greater entity. So, atong example ani is the two works of our national hero which is the El Filibusterismo and the Nole Me Tangere. So next is the ideological function. Ideological function shapes our way of thinking based on the ideas of other people. Literature also displays a person's ideology placed in the text consciously and unconsciously. Ideology defined in this way can therefore have a number of functions in literature. It can determine what literature is allowed to say, as when as ideology leads to censorship of literature and doesn't conform to officially sanctioned ideas. So ideological function can also serve as a form of cultural preservation by embedding societal values, beliefs, and traditions into literary works. authors can help transmit these elements to future generations. This ensures that cultural heritage is maintained and continues to shape the identities of individuals and communities. So, the moral function. Literature may impart moral values to its readers. The moral contained in the literary text, whether good or bad, are absorbed by whoever reads it, thus helps in shaping their personality. The moral literature is a message that is conveyed or a lesson to be learned from a story or event. So literature, through its narratives and characters, often imparts moral values to its readers, whether explicitly or implicitly. The stories we consume can shape our understanding of right and wrong, compassion and empathy, and the complexities of human nature. By exploring moral dilemmas and presenting various perspectives, literatures can serve as a powerful tool for personal growth and ethical development. So, as you can see in the example, there are Aesop's fables with moral lessons. So, number one is the appearance can be deceiving. It is from the Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. Number two is Don't Make Much Ado About Nothing by The Mountain in the Labor. And lastly, the Every Man Should Be Content to Mind His Own Business by The Seagull and the Kite. So the next is the linguistic function. Literature preserves the language of every civilization from where it is originated. There are also evidence that a certain civilization that is existed by recording their language and preserving it through the wide spans of time. Linguistic functions refer to the general social uses of language such as requesting objects and activities, initiating societal interactions, expressing personal feelings, describing aspects of the world, requesting information, and pretending. So to make it short, literature preserves language and offers a linguistic laboratory. It captures the nuances of past eras and allows for experimentation with language. So next is the cultural function. Literature orients us to the traditions, folklore, and arts of our ethnic groups of heritage. It preserves entire cultures and creates an imprint of the people's way of living for the others to read, hear, and learn. Literature is the mirror of the society. Culture refers to the way of people in a particular place at a particular time. Literary text provides a very real sense and the vehicle for the culture. It also serves as custodian of great literature and materials that contain vital information on culture, beliefs, and traditions of a community. So the examples from cultural function is the epics from Luzon. It is from the Christian Filipinas, Biag ni Lamang. And the second one is the epics from Visayas, the Hinilawod of the Sulidnon in Panay. The next one is the educational function. Literature teaches us many things about the human experience. It is used to portray the face of time that we see and those that we would never dream of seeing. Literature, therefore, is a conduct for the chance to experience and feel things where we can learn about things in life. So, in educational function, literature expands knowledge and fosters personal growth. It offers a window into the world, encourages empathy, and inspires imagination. And the last one is the historical function. Ancient texts, illuminated scripts, stones, tables, and etc. keeps a record of events that happened in the place where they originated. Thus, they serve as time capsules of letters that are studied by scholars and researchers as of today. So as you can see in the picture, here are the examples of some literary compositions that have been influenced the world. Number one is the Bible or the Sacred Heart. Two is the Quran. Third one is the Iliad and Odyssey. Fourth one is the Mahabharata. And the last one is the Canterbury Tales. So in historical function, literature serves as a historical record. It preserves accounts of past events and provides insight into the cultural context of time. So that was the end of my discussion. Thank you for listening and watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.